Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmina from Jasmina Brozovic Astrology. Today, I have a special guest. Hi, Estelle. How are you?
Hi, Jasmine. I'm so happy to be with you.
I'm so glad that I have Estelle with me today. She's a great astrologer. She has her own. I don't even know what I don't even know what to say. What is that? Like you have your own. You have your own. You founded something very rebellious, and it's so on point for this energy that we have here. So I'm going to let Estelle tell you more about herself and what does she do and what is this special thing that she has. I love it. It's full of. It's so futuristic. It's full of energy. Please tell us more, please, about yourself and what you have.
I
I
think
know.
I am a manifestor, in human design. So even if I try to be small, I just disturb. I think since I'm a kid, I always had that, and I think because I moved from France and I was allowed to be myself, I just didn't care anymore. So I have the Sun in the 11th house, so I was always obsessed with human justice and collective topics.
Hmm.
I was also very in my family. I could not speak, and things you could not. So for me, speaking or in your voice is a very. I want people to be able to speak and tell the truth and not feel shame or guilty by what they have been through. Astrology gave me this gift to understand why we go through what we go through, and to see how it's empowering and how you have to go through, and then you can give it back to people. And that's I think what I want to do with astrology is to empower people, give them back their
Yeah.
gift, their yeah.
Yeah, Estelle is a great astrologer. Lots of great content. You can follow her on Instagram, Estelle California. I think you have a YouTube channel and you have a website, and you can check her great work there. Yeah, so you're based in California, of course, now, right? You came from France, but you're in California now. Excellent. And since we are in the eclipse season, in the midst of it, in the middle of it, Estelle was so kind to come here and to share her knowledge on Saros cycles, those eclipse Saros cycles. So for people who don't know, usually people say, "Oh, I was born at eclipse. Why does eclipse matter to me?" So please tell us why we all kind of related to the eclipse, at least one.
So eclipses are is the most I think mesmerizing topic in astrology, and for people like me who are obsessed with predictive astrology, eclipses are amazing because they are very hard to predict. It's not like a just on transit. You really have to work hard to understand, and you cannot if you only take the placement in your chart on the house. You it's just like a poker. You can bet, but you don't know what you're gonna have at all.
Mhm.
So first, I think it's important to explain what is an eclipse. An eclipse is a lunation that happens within 15 orbs of the lunar nodes of in the sky.
Mhm.
15 for solar eclipse and a bit less for lunar eclipse. And the nodes in the chart are the karmic fate points. When you do evolutionary astrology like me, you can even found the theme of the past life you had with the
Mhm.
nodes of the moon.
Yeah.
Every planet has nodes, but the moon is the emotional body. So where you store all the trauma, the karma, the fated, it's very potent points. For me, when I look at a chart, I look at the nodes first. I think the nodes define you more than your sun, your moon, your rising. It's so important. So when the lunation arrive around the nodes, then an eclipse happens. So they are lunations, but like 100 times more potent
Yeah.
and more fated. And you don't control at that time anymore. And me who likes to
Mm.
control everything, it's very, that's why I've been digging them so much because it's so important. So there are so many ways to work with the eclipses. They belong to a family of lunation that unfolds at the same point in the chart for like 27 months. Family of lunation, that's normal. They also
Yeah.
belong to
Mhm.
the nodes, but the real mystery of it is the Saros cycle.
Okay, so
And
what is that? Like, I know it's very so intriguing. Like, what is like? Oh, we have lunation have a family. Moon has a family, but now eclipses have a special family that we
exactly, they
belong.
have a special family and they help you um, know the tone, the color of the eclipse is going to come. Because sometimes you expect the worst and you have something mellow, and sometimes you think something mellow and you have something the worst. It's not only the chart of the current eclipse happening, they belong to a family of Saros cycle and they carry the energy of the first chart when it happened the first time.
Okay, I have a question because we had just experienced the solar eclipse and we are having the lunar coming up. So when you go to the history of this family, Saros family, do you look at the first lunar for current lunar and first solar for current solar, or do you just go to the first one? It doesn't matter which one is it.
They belong to the same one. You have the
Okay.
solar and the lunar, and they all
Okay.
belong to this one, to the north, the 10 north that begin on the, because they are like, which is very mesmerizing with
Hmm.
astrology, is that they belong to cycles of 1,200 years old around.
Okay.
And they begin to unfold on one of the pole of the earth, and then they move. And when they get to the ecliptic in the middle, they get very strong, like full eclipses. And then this is going like 700 years in the middle, and then they go to the end of the other pole, and then they disappear, and then you have new ones coming. And they all, so
Wow.
they all
I know.
come and with the same energy. So they link like countries with history. They
Hmm.
connect. They connect past life, because we had in our lifetime and before, we had the same energy of the Saros coming, the same eclipse coming in our life.
Oh,
They
that's
connect, for example,
interesting.
with science, for example. Bernadette Brady says that, for example, when you look at science, you can see every 18 years and 10 days, which is a cycle of one
Hmm.
exact Saros series, you
Hmm.
can see the progress connecting one to the other. There is a progression with these cycles of 18 years.
Wow.
It is mesmerizing.
I know, I know. So I know it. Not everybody was born during the eclipse, but we all have eclipse that we belong to. So do we belong to the one that was prior to our birth? Is that correct, or did I?
Me, I look at both. I look at
Hmm.
pre and post. I look at the
Oh, okay.
closest one, the most potent, the most all of them. But that also explains that another point when you look at predictive astrology with eclipses is that there are points in the chart that you don't know. So me, by example, I remember like 1 year ago, I don't know when, I had a very violent eclipse, and it touching nothing in my chart, right? But it was touching my prenatal eclipse point.
Wow.
And then you don't, so this is predicting eclipse is a big work of research. You can't just come and do horoscope work, it's in your seventh house, and that doesn't work there. This is where you already have to go deep to look at the eclipse prenatal. Have they been working before? What happened
Hmm.
18 years ago before in the country? It works for everything: the country, the topics, your life, your family. Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, so as you mentioned, eclipses are very potent. So major things are happening during the eclipses, and usually something that is life changing, right? But not every eclipse is important for everybody. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
And also, not every eclipse has the same dramatic or mellow energy. They
Okay.
don't carry the same energy because they
Hmm.
don't come from the same Saros family. Each Saros family has a different signature in the original chart where they were born from.
Mm.
So there are so
Okay.
many different elements to put together when you want to know what's going to happen in eclipse for you.
Okay. Do you want me to share now what you prepared? So you
Yes, yes,
can.
for sure.
Okay. Okay. Let me share what you prepared. I think it's interesting. Oops. Not that.
That's what I
Ah,
get when I share myself. I'm happy
yeah.
you're sharing.
No, no,
Yes.
no, 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 no. This is when you go live. It's like, woohoo. Screen. Screen. Oh, yeah. But I need to.
So the current eclipse we have now that we had,
No, I
oh,
got it.
also, yeah, yeah, because I want to say something. Often I had students who were confused, like we
Yes,
are in
please.
Pisces, the nodes are in Pisces, but the eclipse in Aquarius.
Okay.
And so it's actually, it works very well because there is no wall in the sky. So 29 Aquarius is still very close to one Pisces. So what matters is the orb.
Okay. Yes, I get
So you
it.
can have the node in Pisces and eclipse in Aquarius. It doesn't matter. What matters is the orb in there. So the two ones we're having now are the North, the 10 North eclipse in the Bernadette Brady organization.
Okay.
The Bernadette Brady book and school of predictive astrology, I want to say, is very beautiful. Oh, that's an amazing one because that shows you. Okay, can when you make it bigger?
I don't know if I can make it bigger, but this is the full screen one. It's not
That's the
doesn't.
full screen.
Yeah. I don't know
Oh
what is
wow.
happening.
Okay, well, take your glasses. It
Yeah.
still shows you in the chart how the
Okay.
same Saros cycle moves in your chart. every 18 years and 10 days, it's going to move 10 degrees.
Okay.
So it can start here and
There you
then it
go.
moves 10 degrees. Oh, you have it. Good.
See, I just need to. It's not that. Yeah. Okay. Let's have it like this. Okay. Good.
So
Okay.
every 18
Mm-hmm.
years and 10 days,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the cycle of the sun around and the nodes, you have another eclipse going to happen probably in the same house or same sign, but 10 degrees later. So
Mm.
that's the cycle how they unfold. So eventually, how will, let's do the math. 18 years, we live like what? 19 years. We have like at least 5 or 6 cycles. So the
Okay.
same Saros is going to hit us 5 or 6 times. Am I right there? Do the math with me. 18 times 2, 32. Yeah, like four, between
Yes.
4 and 6. But 10, they're going to
36.
move, yeah,
Yeah.
10 degrees each time later. And so
Okay.
you can remember the energy you had also 18 years ago, looking in your chart, what happened 18 years ago and 10
Mm-hmm.
days, where was the eclipse and what happened.
Mm-hmm. So, are you okay? Did you froze? You here? Okay.
Did
Good.
I? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I was just gonna say that when somebody tells me astrology is this and that, there's so much math, guys. You need to be really, and to recognize all this pattern recognition, find all these cycles and how they work. It's a lot of actually mathematical, but it all makes sense, when you find. It's beautiful. Okay, so
It's
this
magic.
this
It's magical.
it's
And
magical.
for me, it's
Mm-hmm.
really all what I care about, all the horoscope thingy. I can't, that's why maybe I'm not as, it's harder to get to me because I'm very technical. And I really think when you do precise astrology work of predictive, it's mesmerizing. I never had anybody coming to me say, I don't believe in astrology anymore because it's so
Mm.
precise to the day. You can just see everything. It's
So you
incredible.
use eclipses and these Saros family eclipses in your everyday practice?
I mean, we have twice a year, right? Eclipses.
I know, but
So
when
we
you, I mean, for in your client's work, you use eclipses in your practice as a tool.
Yes, of course. Especially when it's eclipse season, I'm not gonna bypass that. It's a big topic, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, cool. Should we go more, or is this the other one? I need to put it bigger. So what is this?
That
What is
is
this
the
one?
one. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the
Okay.
10 no, no, the 10 south is the one coming in August. I wanted to show you afterwards. I want to
Okay. Okay.
see the
After
10
next
norths. Yeah.
one, this one,
No, that's the transit. That's the eclipse of the. I want to show
this
you the
one,
one.
the north,
Yes,
this one.
this one. So
Okay.
that is the original chart
Uh-huh.
of the eclipse we are under now. So
Okay,
you
the one that
see,
happened on the 17th of February.
yeah, and also the one that's going to happen in March 3rd. So
Okay.
you see how it's moving. The first one of this series happened in April 25th, 944.
Okay.
Can
That's
you believe
interesting.
that? After Jesus Christ. So this is incredible. I mean, if that is not shocking something in you, like that we are having events that are connected to like uh 900 years after Jesus Christ is incredible, right?
Mhm.
And I think it's gonna stop. This one is gonna end the cycle, the life of this series in 2188. So it's a
Mm.
very long cycle. So of course the house, you don't care about the house because we are in the North Pole. So the house don't belong to Placidus or Porphyry there. But
Mm-hmm.
still what you can see is that the lunation, the new moon at that time, was conjunct Mercury.
Yeah.
So the eclipse is around informations, maybe paperwork, maybe young people. And because you have Saturn is the midpoint between Neptune and the moon, you know you're going to have frustration, delays, draining, all what can Saturn and Neptune bring there.
And it's interesting we have Neptune Saturn conjunction just in the midpoint with these two eclipses now. If the conjunction,
Exactly.
the new
And look,
star.
it was
Mhm.
at zero cardinal too, 0 8.2
Yeah.
Saturn at zero here.
Yeah.
That's very interesting too.
That,
But at least we see it's not a very dramatic one.
okay. So
The
what does that mean?
transits we
So
have are dramatic right now, but the eclipse itself is not as dramatic as when you add that to all the elements you know.
okay. So you will look at Venus is in Gemini ruling the eclipse,
You
right?
will look at what aspect what touches the lunation itself.
Okay.
So
So
you have Mercury conjunct the lunation.
okay, that's important.
Yes,
And
that's
sextile Pluto.
about news.
Yeah.
Yes, but then you would see the Saturn is a midpoint with the
Yeah.
Neptune. That's what
Yes.
matters.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what matters. Okay. So I would look at it. Okay. So what does even? So this was in Taurus. Would that give
Yes.
a flavor of importance of food, land? Would these topics also come now for this eclipse?
Bernadette Brady doesn't talk about that. She talks about
Hmm.
flavor, but then you imagine that this one has been every 18 years moving 10 degrees and arrive
Okay.
until now where we were at 28 Aquarius.
Yeah, here somewhere. Yeah, and then it's
Yes.
gonna complete. So it goes here's blah 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 blah, and
Yeah,
then when it
yeah.
comes back, that's what it means. So it
Like the
started
snail we
here,
saw. Yeah, exactexactly. Like the
10
snail we saw
degrees.
before. Yes.
Okay, so every 18 years it goes 10 degrees, and then 18 years this, and that's why we have this 1,200 years, right? That's what you're
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
Okay,
I think it's backward though because it's following
backwards.
the nodes.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I got it. The nodes. That's right. The
Yeah.
nodes are
So it's
here. Libra.
yes.
Interesting that we have Chiron now on 23 Aries at the moment.
Yes. I know
On the
exactly.
north node of this eclipse. So interesting.
Yes.
Wow. And Jupiter is hovering over there somewhere. Anyway, very interesting.
Yeah, Jupiter
Okay.
is at 15 Cancer right now.
Yeah. Would you compare this eclipse like would you look at them together to see what's going on, or you wouldn't, like a bi-wheel?
I would not myself.
No. Okay.
But I would look at this energy here. But then it's a part of the prediction, right? You look at this energy, and then you look at the current eclipse chart, and what the also I have to say eclipses and lunation, but even more eclipses, usually end or start big transit in your chart. They are kind of like a portal that opens and closed. So if you had a very heavy transit, you can close it, and you can say, "Oh, thank God, something is closing now."
Mm-hmm.
If it's a new moon, it can start something too.
Mm-hmm.
The effects are not, I don't believe the effects last for years myself, but it's more like it's a very an earthquake in your life. And then the effect of the earthquake can last years in your life, depending on how you respond to the earthquake, how you respond to what is shown to you, and all of that. Me myself, I look at the original chart of the eclipse for sure. I look my Bible with Bernadette Brady, she's my Bible, and then I
Okay.
look the current chart of the eclipse. We know now it's
Mm-hmm.
more dramatic because we have Saturn. Every outer planet is changing sign.
Yeah.
Saturn and Neptune are just conjunct right when we're talking right
Yeah.
now. So
Today,
this
yes, yes, a big day
historic,
today.
yeah,
Historic
historic
moment.
moment. Yes, very historic moment. Then you add that, and you add the transit of each person, the house, the placement. It's a very whole bakery there where you have to add many ingredients.
Oh, that, okay, perfect. So, what would you? So you look at this chart. Um, so what else do we want to look?
Then you want to look at the one of the, yeah, this one, the transit. That's the next eclipse coming.
Okay, okay. Let me make it bigger.
Okay,
Okay.
that's March 3. We don't care about the rising because it's where I live, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then it
Okay.
has to go in your own
Mm-hmm.
chart. But you see that it's a lot of Pisces. You see that it's conjunct, it's between Mars and Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the news, the information is coming back here again. Venus is involved too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's
it's
almost on
also,
the midpoint. I think it's almost on the midpoint between Neptune and Mars. Somewhere here.
yes, and it is
Mm-hmm.
trine Jupiter.
Yeah,
Jupiter is going to be almost stationed by then.
that's right.
And yes,
So,
and Mercury, yes,
so what do you feel about the connection with this one and the because this is a full moon. It's like a releasing one. What do you feel about this one?
it's a releasing one. Mercury is retrograde too
Yeah, that's
at
right.
that time.
And in Pisces, right?
Yeah,
Lots
and
of Pisces
Mercury
energy. Hmm.
is gonna go 3 times on the node. It's a big one. It's a big one. I mean, I have to say, this eclipse is almost on my nodes myself because I had my
Uh,
reverse nodal. So my nodes are opposed. I have South Node Pisces and North Node Virgo. So for
mhm,
me, it's big for sure because I think it's closing the reverse I had, which was hard because I have Saturn on the North Node. So for me, I
mhm,
think this one is coming to closing this hard time I've been through. But then you do have to look in each of your chart how it comes with the transit, the progressions, and everything
mhm.
moving on.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That's
Yes, it's
right.
Pisces opposed Virgo, so it could be health related, you see. It could be information. You have still Venus, Mercury retrograde, and Mars in Pisces, and Mercury retrograde very close. Could be also again about like the original chart, information revealed. or things like Mercury retrograde close to the nodes, that's about that, right? Karmic information revealed, yeah.
Do you think it will have some benefit outcomes because Jupiter, as kind of traditional ruler of Pisces, is trining this? So it really have like a beneficial outcome. Do you feel
I think there's a
in
potential
general?
for for
Hmm.
healing in
Yeah.
general,
Hmm.
but of course, I mean the sun is still ruled by I mean all the stellium
Hmm.
there is still ruled by Neptune in Aries conjunct Saturn. Still, it's still, you see, Jupiter is retrograde too, so it's not as potent. I still feel it's not the even in the world we are now, we can't expect a very
Mm.
cool rainbow coming right now. We have to
Okay.
be careful. It is, Jupiter is helping for sure. The Pisces is softer. Virgo is not that soft, unfortunately. Yeah, but the good thing is that once Mercury and Jupiter move direct, we have a break. We have everything direct for a while, and that's for
Yes,
me really
April.
gonna
Oh,
be
April is going to be fast and furious. Everything's going to go direct. After the eclipses, no retrogrades, and we have the new moon in Aries that is going to be full of Aries energy. So
full of, yeah,
it's going
humongous
to,
Aries. It's gonna be crazy.
it's going to be like fast driving, like the Formula racing. April is going to be, so that's why embrace this and prepare for April. It's going to go
Yes.
full gas.
Find
Yeah.
good people to hang out with and build your own family, because the world, yeah. I think the
Yeah.
Jupiter trine is not going to save the world right now. It can help you in your chart. It can support some healing if you're open to. Also, eclipses reveal informations, but you can still fight your destiny and your karma. You can still fight what the universe is showing to you. So if you're
Oh,
not ready to make the change, embrace the change, and you work with it and you fight, and then nothing good can happen. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, look at the moon is with the south node, of course, because the sun is here. So, and it's ruled by Mercury retrograde. So there is a lot of letting go. Still, a lot of letting go. I feel it. Yeah,
Letting
and
go information. Yeah, it's very tight. It's 4 degrees. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm thinking, because in mundane astrology, moon represents people. People are going to be happy with how these things are. We're still going to be. We have to let go of some things and lose some things before we go forward. I still feel it. It's still not um, this. And as you mentioned, Jupiter is retrograde, Mercury is retrograde. Yeah, it's not the best. Okay.
You mean for the
Well.
collective, but you see, by example, for me,
Mhm.
who had like 4 months of nodal reversed, I think it's closing something, and I think I had to give up a lot before, but I think I'm done giving up things. That's my hope. It depends at
Oh
what
yeah.
stage it comes in your life. You see what I mean? You can also close things for a new beginning. I mean, the new moon is a new start, but it's also letting go of something before. There is
Mm.
release everywhere all the time. I think it's more listening to Pisces is all about the ear and listening. I'm certain Pisces myself. And what I think the most amazing when you do astrology is listening, being humble, and don't think that you control your thoughts, your impulse, and everything. Every day, planets move and they trigger the chart, the moon every day, but even the sun, Venus, Mercury, and Mars. And every day you have impulse. And when you listen and look at what is happening, you understand your chart. And for eclipse, I think it is very even more important to listen. What the universe
Wow.
is saying, pointing to you, and I love that.
I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, especially in Pisces, you can just meditate and take it all in, and have a better, better in tuned with your inner, voice and what the message is.
Yeah,
I'll
there's a
just
lot of
say,
Pisces. Yeah.
yeah, say hi, Kathy. Thank you for dropping. It's nice to have you here. Did we have another chart or no? Did we
Yes,
have
yes, yes, yes,
this
yes. I
one,
have
the
another.
south, right? The south,
Yes,
this
yes,
one. Okay.
yes.
What
So
was
this
that all
one
about?
is interesting. You want to make it
Oops.
bigger? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sorry. I'm trying to. Okay. There you go.
Okay,
Hmm.
because this one is the one we're going to have in August. We're going to have another series in August
Oh
at
yes.
20 Leo and 5 Pisces, if I remember well. And
Okay.
this one is way more dramatic. So,
Yeah. The summer is gonna be crazy. We have a crazy summer coming up. I
yeah,
feel it.
and these eclipses are way more dramatic than the one we are in now. So that's going to show you. So you see, we have the
Oh
sun and the
yeah.
moon at 25 Pisces, and they are square Saturn and Pluto. That is
Wow.
way
So
more heavy,
okay,
right?
so this is the one. Okay, so this is the one you're just talking. This is the Saros family eclipse for the total solar eclipse that's happening on August 12th and 20 Leo. That's the one, right?
20 Leo, and also
Yeah.
the one after had 5 Pisces.
Yes, at 5 Pisces. That's the one on the August 28th. Just want to, for listeners to
Yes.
tell them. Yes, that was going to be partial lunar. This one.
So
Okay, so that's
So
this
this
is
is
the
the
this.
original chart of the Saros
Hmm.
series. So you see the birth of this series was March 10, 1179. So also 1000, almost 1000 years ago.
So do you look what happened in the world? What was happening in the world in those days? Do you look at that historically
I would look at what happened in the world every 18 years and 10 days from even August. Just a cycle, what happened in the world. She explains, she shows example in her book. It's mesmerizing how you can relate events of the same Saros series in the world. Not only about you, but the world, the progress in science, in literature, in war, in countries, everywhere. Yeah.
Can you please tell people who are listeners what is the name of the book and the author one more time so they can, and I'll put it in the description. I know
It
it's
is
very
called Predictive Astrology by Bernadette Brady, The Eagle
okay.
and the Lark. And I have to say, even if I'm not going to make friends here, she has a school online called Astrologos. It is the cheapest school ever and the one you learn the most. It is incredible school. She gives you for, I think, 100 per chapter. You have, I mean, I did all the schools because, I have Pluto Moon in the third house. I'm obsessed with learning and data
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
information.
yeah. Yeah.
I've been certified everywhere, but this school, the cheapest, you're alone, you learn by yourself, you have the books. It's so predictive, is just so explained. It's just Virgo stellium. She's so organized, so explained, so like it's just the best place ever. If you want to
Okay.
learn predictive, just go
Excellent.
there.
Now I have to check it out. Now I'm gonna do more schooling. Come on, I'm already in bunch of schools. I have a
She's
Gemini stallion. I'm always learning
But
as
she's
well.
the best. She has a school on 6 stars. Bernadette Brady is the best. I mean, I have so many mentors, but she just,
I know you went through evolutionary school with Steve Forrest, and you have other
yeah,
teachers,
I
right?
did all the I could, but I have to say, Bernadette Brady was a very humble school. Nobody talks about it. When you go through this, I could teach the teachers afterwards. I just would know better than everybody. It's just you go through this, you go it very like from A to Z, everything, and just she covers everything. The
Okay.
progressions, the solar arc, there's just everything. The Saros series is just Bible.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. So let's go back to this one. So this one. So because the one in August is gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be a lot because it's gonna be opposed. Jupiter is gonna be, so the one in August is gonna have it's gonna be total solar conjunct Jupiter, right, and opposing Pluto. So that's why it's gonna be a lot, right?
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be on my rising.
Oh yeah, you have Leo rising, right? Yeah, that's
I
right.
have 19 like point 50. It's exactly on my rising. I
Oh
have a
yeah.
year with everything is on me. Just all the eclipses are touching me. So anyway, this is the way it is. But so this one, you see, is square. The lunation is square Saturn and Pluto conjunct here.
Mm.
Then you have the midpoint. You have Mars equal the new moon plus Pluto midpoint. So Mars is
Oh
here.
yeah, Mars
It's
is
equal
here.
equal
Okay.
yes. Equals yes. The new moon and Pluto midpoint.
Oh yes, that's right.
And you have Mercury equal Uranus as a point. Let me check that.
Uranus
Mercury.
and what? Uranus. Oh,
Mer-
so Uranus Mercury midpoint is the lunation between Mercury and
yes,
Uranus.
exactly. You got it.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I kind of.
this is a dramatic one. And what she said that this is when it is liberating though. There are going to be dramatic situation, and you can be free if you listen to what's happening and don't resist the change. You can be free from dramatic situations there.
Which is the signature of this year anyway? Freedom, liberation, rebellion. Like we have this signature from in the
Pluto
entire.
Pluto in Aquarius gives you that. Me, I think that Saturn in Aries, even if in Aries, is not so much about liberation yet. I think it can get a bit worse though, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
but we.
when we had Pluto in Aquarius last time, the French Revolution, and we had the people
Yeah.
came like 10, 15 years in, right? Not at the beginning. So we are feeding the plot badly to have a big explosion of freedom and revolution. but it's not, I don't think it's this year coming right now. It's just gonna increase, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a yeah, yeah. I mean, Uranus is also coming into Gemini, which is a different type of explosion coming. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that. Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, Uranus and Gemini was the Second World War, so we have very
yeah,
heavy things happening. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, that's why I feel that Saturn in and Neptune in Aries won't help in that sense. Aries is all about war and leaders, Saturn leaders, and war. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay. We don't want to scare
you
people.
wanna. The truth is, you wanna take care of the people around
Yeah.
you because that
Yeah.
matters a lot when the world is crumbling. And also, I think that spirituality, we are in Pisces season, is so important so you don't get crazy with the news, crazy with happening. I'm back to Kabbalah myself. I just do anything. Astrology helps me because it gives you the big picture. You understand why it's happening. There's a bigger picture playing at play for the plot, serving a bigger purpose that's going to help the world long term. But if you just do the everyday news, I would lose my mind myself. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's right. You have to. Yeah, I'm also not big on the news, to be honest. Uh, I know what's happening, but not. I don't need to know the details, right? It's gonna. Yeah. Good point that practice doing spiritual practice can be really helpful during this time and really practice.
It is indicated by Pisces, and for me, it is the only way I know to not get crazy. There's just no other way. If you don't remind yourself that there is something bigger organizing the plot there is meaning behind horrible things, I would really lose my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do you have any other tips for people? How can they explore? And of course, a book a reading with Estelle for more in depth about your Soros family. But what would you suggest people on their personal level? What to investigate, where to go, how to find, how can these knowing eclipses helping them in their lives? What is it? Just maybe explain more. How can knowing what eclipse they belong to, how can that help them in their lives?
It is the thing the eclipse you belong to. I mean, me, I come from a very dramatic eclipse. My life has been
Okay.
dramatic all the way, right? Each small transit is just an earthquake each time. So it does give you a clue there, but I think astrology is a journey. I have a school, on school. I teach, I do practicum because I think that it's not astrology is not a one book, one thing,
Oh,
it's a
that's right.
journey.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you learn astrology by looking at charts.
Yes.
I had myself Excel files. I asked everybody around me to they gave me the dates and the events in their life, and I would go to every event, every chart, what is playing, solar arc, progression, transit, eclipse, all the time. And then I would do family patterns. So I am obsessed myself. It's me, but I still think you learn better by looking at charts than even
Absolutely.
at some you need to just swallow charts all the time. And your chart, you can pay me, you can pay you, but the truth is, you begin astrology, there is no better teacher than looking at your own transits. The moon is here that day. Why do I feel shitty? The moon is on Chiron.
Yes.
Okay, I don't give it meaning. I know it's going to pass in 2 hours. But I mean, I did that with all my family I live with myself. And that's how you learn your own chart. You have Mars on your North Node. You're going to hear, if you listen, what your purpose wants. Where is the direction of your soul? What does it want from you? Every aspect in your chart is speaking on that day. It's very humbling, but it's the best way to learn your own chart. And what I do with my clients, I always back in transit, go back in transit. You had when that was touched, hit at that time, what happened there? Because there is no predictive astrology in vacuum. I would never do a reading written for somebody. I need to speak to
Yeah,
somebody.
me too. I'm the same way with you. I cannot do recordings or written. I
I
have
would
to have a
this
dialogue. Yeah.
is this is BS. This is not astrology. You need every chart speaks differently, different on people, on the
That's right.
soul, what they've been through, and the same placement in the same house, same aspect. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean the same for anybody.
That's right.
Different. So you need to talk and understand what happened before that was heated, and then you can predict. This is real predictive astrology. It's not AI. It's not random. It's not betting. It's real deep work.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm a huge believer that AI will never replace an astrologer because and a human touch because you need to have a dialogue and somebody who listen to you and understand. It's not about facts, guys. That's what I tell people. Astrology is not about facts. This is it, and that's how it is. It's not. There's a deeper and profound meaning, and there's layers and layers and understanding. I love your enthusiasm. I love your passion that you're sharing here on the screen. I just feel it. I love it. I think it's contagious, and I hope everybody gets affected by it. It's really, really good.
Thank you.
I really love it. Do you have any other advice or suggestions for how to handle this particular eclipse season?
This one, well, look at what's going on in your chart already. You know, it is
Mhm.
very easy to look at the transit in your chart. I think if you come with me even 2 times on my practice, you can begin to see your chart. Even could begin to ask a real question to GPT because you can see the degrees, you see the transit, and I think eclipse don't hit randomly. There's a story in your chart going on, and they come hit you to just because you're stuck somewhere and they shake something that your soul wants to redirect. But yeah, I mean, I am very anxious myself naturally. That's why I do predictive. I think because I want to know,
Yeah.
I want to see, I want all of that. But spirituality helps me. So I would encourage you to come with me, learn astrology by any way, me or not me, but just learn. This is a beautiful
Yeah.
spiritual teaching. It takes place in your life, gives you meaning, because then you see that all the challenges you went through have meaning for the future, just are here to shape your soul. You chose them. It's empowering. You had bad parents, you
Mm,
chose them. Your soul
that's right.
came with them because you wanted to grow this way. So it's empowering, it's helping you. I mean, this is all my life, I have to say. I spend my whole days on charts all the time. That's all what I do. So learn that. Oh, also I think now because the world is so crazy, spirituality, thinking about the bigger picture. You know, in
Mm,
Kabbalah, there is something that is helping me a lot now. When something triggers you, you say, "What a gift." Because it triggers you, you suffer, you feel the pain, but you stretch your soul, you open for the vessel of light. There's something like if you don't resist the pain, maybe it's going to stop earlier.
I like that. Wow, that's cool. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Ah, yeah, I'm thinking lots of yeah. So yeah, the upcoming. What did we say? The one on the March 3rd is what did we say? 12 degrees, right? There was a 12 degrees
Yeah,
Pisces Virgo. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
yes.
okay, okay. Oops,
On my notes, yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's on your notes. It's very big. That's right. Yeah, I have my angles are all 28 mutables, right? So I had Saturn Neptune hitting all my angles, and all the new moons lately are having,
Yes, they were
on
at
my
28.
yeah, on the
You're
cusps,
right.
and they're speaking to my chart. So it's been very active, lots of things happening as well in my life. So it's interesting to see. And these eclipses are also, yeah, the
You also
eclipse,
have you also have charts that are naturally
yeah.
less reactive than others. It depends on if you are more fixed placement. It depends if you are more squares. Me, I'm just based on squares everywhere. So when something is hit,
Mm,
everything just hits all the time. The prenatal
mm.
eclipse, postnatal eclipse also made your chart. But you have charts who have little effect to transit and some who are very big dramatic effect. And you can't know that. You have to talk to people also.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I had a question and I lost it. See, oh, my Gemini brain. What was I going to
You
say?
are Gemini Sun.
I'm Gemini, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Midheaven.
So you are balsamic moon or you
Yes,
are on the
balsamic Gemini
midheaven?
Moon, and the Midheaven. So I have a Moon, Mercury conjunction 2 degrees, Sun 13, and Midheaven 28.
That's
So
beautiful because you're not split. You're so whole, right?
yeah,
Because usually we are split between the moon and the sun and
oh
what
yeah,
you are so concentrated whole.
yes.
Like you're
Moon
so
and Moon, Mercury are conjunct by 1 minute in Gemini in my chart. So
oh
and my
yes,
ruler is in Gemini, ruling. I'm Virgo rising. Everything is ruled by this
Mercury.
Mercury in Gemini. All the planets go back to Mercury. If you go there, if you go to the tree, everything goes to the Mercury. So I'm very mercurial. That's why I like to connect with people, share. I love to have you here to to showcase what you do. Oh, and that was my question. So did you start as an evolutionary astrologer?
Yeah.
Is that your point when you do? Is that your first point? How you look at the chart? Do you look at Pluto and the nodes? This is your first, and then you
Yeah,
go deeper.
and
Hmm.
I have to say, I did Stevens Forrest, but I
Okay.
didn't want to choose. I also did Jeffrey Wolf Green. I did two schools. I wanted
Okay.
to have, I didn't want to choose there. I wanted to have always, I don't want to choose. You're not here to choose. You're here to take everything you
Yes.
can, and then your soul knows what you have to learn. Yes, because I have to say, in my life, I had very, very big, heavy lessons. And before I started, uh, I had a very hard custody battle with someone in my family and my ex-husband to take my own kid.
Yeah,
they
I was
aligned
I
against
was
me.
reading it on your website. You can read all on your website. There's a story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I
I
had
read it.
my own family aligned against me, take my kid, and I had so much things before to happening, and I was always very spiritual. I think past life always, you know, the book like I did past life regression with Patricia Walsh. You know Patricia Walsh?
Yes, she's not doing it anymore. She's not taking clients.
She does, she does, she does.
Only
If you
old clients. New
no, no,
clients, I tried. I
if
tried.
you tell her you come from me, she will
Okay,
take
then
you.
I will because I know she's now
No,
referring
because
to
she
the.
takes my clients too.
Oh, okay,
Because
okay.
I know I did 25 years of therapy and she helped me more than any therapy I had in
Yeah,
my
yeah, I
life.
love her, but she was saying she doesn't take new clients, only her students. So I was actually, I'm gonna actually use that. Thank you. See, that's why
She's a magician. And
yeah,
so for me always,
intuition.
so you know Brian Weiss too, who does books about past life regression and therapy.
I don't know him, but I know her.
It's magical. Well, both of them, they're magical.
Yeah.
That always made so much sense to me. And so
Hmm.
I wanted to be able to study that, to have data on past life, on events, on karma. So I would never be taken by random by chance and have like a big slap on my
Mm,
face. I would want to know. So that I started with evolutionary. And then in evolutionary, they have something against predictive astrology. And then I was, no, I'm not gonna choose. I'm gonna
mm.
do predictive and
Yeah,
evolutionary. There is predictive, there is timing, there is karma, there is everything there. I'm not
everything is
I have
important. Yes. Yeah,
the only thing
everything.
I refuse myself for me is Hellenistic and whole sign. I don't do whole sign. You don't get me there. I don't do horoscope. I don't do whole sign.
Me neither.
But yeah, evolutionary and predictive, I didn't want. I want to have them all. And when I did past life regression, and I saw them in my chart how they play, how I did so many with Patricia, right? And each time you see few, they all align my chart, and they all kind of speak of a part of my life I'm going through. So this is the mystery of life. This is just, you know, also I think I have a Libra moon conjunct Pluto.
Hmm.
So I spent all my childhood saying it's not fair. Why me? Why them? Why people have
Yeah,
to pay this way? Just seeking justice. And this gives meaning, this gives peace somehow. Because there are deeper meaning. This is the grand orchestration of the universe. I mean, when you look at family, you know, I'm going to speak at UAC. And at UAC, I speak on family
yes.
patterns.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to
be there. I'm gonna probably listen to her. I'm at UAC. I'm volunteering at UAC as a volunteer. I'm gonna be there, but I'm very interested in your talk. So I'm
So
gonna
my
listen to
talk
it.
is about family patterns and
Yes,
collective timing.
yes.
Because the orchestration they already in your chart is amazing. We're going to begin to stack charts, stack people in the same families. How see
Hmm.
how everything is organized perfectly by the universe. This is mesmerizing. There's nothing.
I know. My
Yeah.
my mom, she's passed, but we had reversal nodes exactly in a degree in a
Here.
minute, almost
So
like a
you see
few
that
minutes.
each time you have something at so you said
Yeah.
3-degree Aries, right? So
I'm
each
South
time
Node 3 Aries. She was 3 degrees. She had North Node 3 degrees Aries. I had 3 degrees Aries South Node.
so
Yeah,
you would see that each time in the sky when a transit would hit three
yeah,
cardinal, that would hit you and her the same way.
yeah, yeah.
And that's the organization of the grand organization of the universe that I'm just bowing at
Yeah,
every
I'm
day.
just
This is
waiting for
magical.
Neptune and Saturn to come. First Saturn, then Neptune to the 3 degrees, just to see what's gonna enroll in this because she's passed away for a long time. But anyway, it's gonna be interesting to see next year how because the charts of the dead also they're still alive after they pass in a way. So it's gonna
Yes,
be
that's for sure.
yeah.
We've seen
Oh
that with
yeah.
the Frida Kahlo, her exhibition, when she would
Oh
sell
yeah.
something for like, ah, but Shata,
Oh yeah, with
ah,
actors, how they
immortal. Yes.
with books, when some author dies, but then the book come to a
Yeah.
movie, becomes a movie when his chart is activated. Oh, there's so many examples. I know
Charts
it's
don't die. They are
no,
memory of
no.
placement. And yeah, that's what the Saros theory proved. It's just a whole cycle.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Ah! Anyway, we could talk all day, all night. I really appreciate your time and knowledge and insights. I know this was very brief but insightful. Thank you so much. You have your enthusiasm, as I mentioned, and it's catching, and I love it. I love it. I really love it. I'm so glad that you're doing your chart, that you're doing with something that you're passionate about after everything you've been through. I know Pluto in Libra generations, we are really learning about relationships. It's the most hard way. Each one of us, we had some issues with relationships in one way or the other. So um, I appreciate you being here, sharing your knowledge. Please tell everybody where can they find you and what you have going on at the moment.
Well, so my website is estellecalifornia.com. I am mostly active on Instagram, but I have a school where you can come. It's free for now. We're building it, and we have practicum twice a month. We bring your chart. I show you how I work, how predictive works. We just build that slowly together. I also have a movement where I want to free
That's what I'm.
voices.
Yes,
I want,
that's what you tell me about, because I was so intrigued when I learned about that. That's so cool. Tell us more,
it's
please.
called a sovereign resilience movement because I
Yeah.
think that I grew up in an environment where you could not speak the truth, where people who would be like women would be raped and they would be shamed because then it would carry the silence there. And I know the silence is even worse than the trauma itself. So I want to kind of democratize the trauma. We can all speak about it. There is no judgment, no shame. This is your pride because you had to overcome that. And it is something you have to give back to the world at some point. You have to share. And the more we talk about it, the
Yes.
less we leave people in shame. Because
And
me,
you know
as
what? We get more empowered, because when we feel shame and guilt, other people have power over us.
exactly, we
That's the
change the
thing.
power hands.
Yes.
Exactly. When we speak,
Yeah.
if I could have spoken in my childhood, I would not have felt cursed or shamed or carry all of that. We need to speak. And if you don't do it for us, because we don't have a big ego, we have to do it for others coming after us. So what we went through is serving. We didn't go through all this shit to just have it staying in a bottle closed this way. So even the Epstein file, everything coming out now is things coming out, and that is gonna be freeing the collective, the energy. We are releasing karma when it's coming out.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. I have everything in the description below, all the links for Estelle. Please follow, like, subscribe, all of us, and share and join the school and learn. Yes, I encourage everybody to learn a lot about their charts and astrology. It's just amazing. It's a great tool.
And I want to say
Great.
I am so
Yeah.
happy because you have an accent too. That makes me feel
Yes.
so
Oh,
good.
yes. Absolutely. Yeah. I was born in Canada,
I
raised
love
in
it.
Croatia, came back to Canada 10 years ago. Of course,
Because
it's part
usually
of.
people they are fine with my accent, and me, I love you have an accent. You don't feel weird with me. I love it.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
it's beautiful. Come on, this is what makes us all beautiful. Oh, that's excellent. Thank you so much again. Thanks everybody. If you have guys, if you have any questions, comments, please ask in the below comment below. We would love to hear from you what you think, what your thoughts are. If you have any concerns. Thank you very much, Estelle, one more time, and good
Thank you
luck with
so
eclipses.
much. So grateful.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.